see across the universe for a while, across the distance, across the miles, searching every inch of the skies. I'm the girl with the sun in her eyes. Hi, future Shay here. I realized while I was editing that I forgot to do an intro, so I am professional. What we're going to be watching here today is me reorganizing my bookshelves. Short story long, I got a old bookshelf put into my room because I got different furniture in my condo. So I have more shelf space. So a reorganization of my shelves had to take place. That's what we're gonna watch here. I also, full disclosure, have to re-film my shelf tour near the end because I said like 15 million times and I was annoying myself. So my shelves are gonna look a little bit different than when you see me do them in the time lapse because I've acquired more books since the week and a half, 2 weeks that I've filmed since then. So fun. I guess that's all I have to say. Without further ado, let's get it. Let's go.
I
don't know where to start.
And so that's why she was not at the house.
There's just so much. Okay. Bubba, you're making things so hard. I love you too. Oh my God, I love you so much. Thank you for the kisses on my super sexy feet. Ow! Thank you for the love nips. Can you come kill a spider? I've had these for like literally like 20 years. 2006. I think this one's 2005, if I'm not mistaken. 2005, 2006. I have not read them yet. I don't think I'll like them. But at this point it's personal, so I can't get rid of them. So they stay. They survive again.
I told you what's wrong. I'm not the smartest. No, you tried your hardest.
Are these good? No. I'm gonna keep them for nostalgia's sake. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Well, it's this trilogy first, and then comes this trilogy, and these are the kids from these people. And this is the nostalgia part for me, not this. But then I'm a completionist, so. You're right. You're right, future me. I'm just gonna keep these, and I'm gonna get rid of these. We're gonna donate those. Now there's more room on the shelf for more historical historical romance. I still haven't read this. It's a proper romance, so no smut. Probably why I haven't read it yet. Also haven't read these yet. I really want to. Okay. I don't know why I'm talking in this part.
Chase me across the universe for a while. I'm sure I hate this big top line. This actual feeling I keep with me. Yet I keep swallowing the night. The pain in the past won't let me be free. I'm a mess, why do you need me? Still, chase me across the universe for a while, across the distance, across the miles, searching every inch of the skies. I'm the girl with the sun in her eyes, head in the clouds but feet on the ground, hoping you'll find me this lifetime around. Lifetime around. Let's just run away together. You and I only need each other. Let's make good on all those crazy plans. Set foot on the soil of different lands. We'll be our own greatest adventure. Let's just run away together. Searching every inch of the skies. I'm the girl with the sun in her eyes. And without your feet
Bye. Caught in 4K. Yeah, you're getting caught. I can't go back down any further. Be careful. She wants that too. Look at her, look at him like dumbass. Now comes the difficult part. I have to move the YA fantasy to here, my adult fantasy to here and here, and then stretch out my romantasy here. So let's get started. Woohoo. If I don't sound thrilled, it's because I'm not. My babies. Are you so sleepy? Gonna take a nap? All right. Ooh. Let's get it.
I'm just wondering how much more to take. I'll ruin this and say goodbye. If you just pull me into your orbit, then I won't. December's wind chills me. Just take my hand, please. Standing beneath the willow tree. Keep me here with these. Don't let me drift away. The clouds are slowly moving. Tell me we'll be okay. Your presence is so soothing. For I want to stay with you, no matter what you do. The night is so harsh and cold. Hoping I can be so bold to ask you for a simple kiss. Hoping that you'll pull me near. Tell me what I need to hear. That without me you'll be a mess. December's wind chills me. Just take my hand, please. Standing beneath the willow tree. Keep me here with these. Don't let me drift away. The clouds are slowly moving. Tell me we'll be okay. Your presence is so soothing. For I want to stay with you, no matter what you do. December's wind chills me. Just take my hand, please. Standing beneath the willow tree. Keep me here with these. Don't let me drift away. The clouds are slowly moving. Tell me we'll be okay. Your presence is so soothing. For I want to stay with you, no matter what you do.
So I just did my YA paperback, and we're unhauling quite a bit. because I'm not into it as much anymore. So we're getting rid of, we're doing Truth Witch, Anti-Goddess, and Girl of Fire and Thorns. All three of those have survived multiple run hauls, so they did not survive this one. I had those as well for a very long time. But now this. I read the first two back when it very first came out, and I wanted to read them for nostalgia's sake, and now I don't anymore. So there's that. Okay, moving on.
Chase me across the universe.
So here's what's going on. Unhauling. I really want to read it. I'm a huge fan of Arthurian legend. As a historian, but I just I don't know. I've heard mixed things about this too, so I'm like, I don't know. I had this forever too. You know what? Let me see. 2018. Okay, so not that long. I'm gonna keep it. For now. If I don't read it by the end of next year, it's gone. Okay. This is one of your favorite books. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to say, but that's what I said. And I stand by that. And I'm very upset about it because it was the most anticipated read of this year for me. And I'm mad about it because I DNF'd it. And I was like, well, maybe it was just the wrong time for it. But then the more that I thought about it, the more angry I got about it. So, no, I'm not going back to it. I read over 100 pages. I think I read to page 1. 170 something. No, I can't do it. So it's a special edition too. So that's cool. Somebody's gonna get a nice special edition. I'll be selling it on Tango eventually. So now, this trilogy, I've had it for forever. I think I've had it since like 2019 or something like that. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, something around there. I don't even remember what it's about. Not interested in YA anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This. Absolutely loved it. 5 stars. Do recommend. House ever. I got the paperback. Devoured it. By the way, completely devoured it in one night. While I was reading it, I was like, I can't wait to reread it so I can annotate it. Then I found out book 2 was only going to be released in hardcover, so I had to buy the hardcover, the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It's just a different color cover. Because the second book was going to be released not in paperback, in hardcover, and I can't not have matching. But then Owl Crate was like, hey, we're going to be releasing special editions. So I kind of got those. So I don't need 3 copies of the same book. Don't look over there. That doesn't count. It's not the same. So I'm going to keep this because it was the first one that I got. And I mean, come on. I'm going to sell this. We're going to keep the hardcover special edition Owl Crates, obviously. So I'm going to keep this one. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I'm sure I hate this big top line. This actual feeling I keep with me. Yet I keep swallowing the night. The pain in the past won't let me be free. I'm a mess, where do you need me? Still, chase me across the universe for a while, across the distance, across the miles, searching every inch of the sky.
that's as good as that's gonna get for now. I have 4 books that I just bought today that I need to fit in here, but I'm done. I can't do any more today. So yeah, I will take you through everything really quick, and you can see what it looks like. Okay. Oi. All right, sorry for the poor lighting. It is rainy, overcast today, but we gotta get this done. So here we have my contemporary romance shelves. Here we have my Addicted Calloway series. I am only up to book 7. Book number 6 is on my current TBR for August, so that's why that's not there. And then we have my Liz Tomford. And then we have Room to Grow, because I obviously don't have all of those, and that just started, and then I don't have all of those yet. There's only 1 more, but I think there's plans for more than 4. I don't remember. Moving down, here we have my Anna Huang and my BK Borson. I needed something to fit here because my special edition Twisted series takes up a lot of room, hence the BK Borson. And the Kings of Sin series isn't done yet. So here we have my Elsie Silver and my queer romance, contemporary romance. If you have any suggestions on any queer contemporary romance that you think I should read, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm always looking for more. Last but not least, amazing camera work. I know, please forgive me. So here we have my miscellaneous. I've only read like 3 books on here so far, which is Get a Life Chloe Brown, 5 stars, and then Love on the Brain, and then the Nora Roberts. Anything else I have not read yet, but I'm super excited to. Here we have my Romantasy shelf. Up top we have just my J.R.R. Tolkien, and there it is. Not much to say. Then we have my special edition hardcover Romantasy and my Olivia Atwater, because she just really wouldn't fit anywhere else, and I don't know what to do with her right now. So also 5 stars, recommend, please read. Thank you. Down here we have one of my feature shelves. You will see more later, but here's my Juliet Cross, and then here's my Emily Wilde. Moving down, here is my, well, here's shelf number 1 of my Romantasy paperback. My J. Bree. If you like Why Choose, I highly recommend this series. And then my Dark Olympus by Katie Robert. I'm only on book number 4 for this. It's a guilty pleasure for sure, but I needed room to grow because it is quite a big series. So this is paperback shelf number 2 for Romantasy. I don't know if I would constitute Assistant to the Villain as Romantasy, but honestly, it didn't feel like it fit anywhere else for me. So there she is. And then here is my Romantasy hardcover. I have only read the Crescent City books on the shelf. Okay, adult fantasy shelf number 1. Here we have my Jane Austen and my Charlotte Bronte. And then down here we have my shelf number 1. It would help if I held the camera straight. Here we have shelf number 1 of my special edition slash sprayed edges, because this isn't a special edition, it's just normally like that. So, but where else was I gonna put it? It's pretty. I have to show the sprayed edges. Here's my feature shelf for my TJ Klune. You could say I'm a fan, just a little bit. Moving down, we have my V.E. Schwab, and next to them I put Juno Dawson because I just feel like vibes, right? I feel like they vibed. They vibed. And then down from there we have my Lee Bardugo. And then down from there we have my Elizabeth Peters Amelia Peabody series and my What the River Knows from Fairy Loot and Owl Crate. I just felt like they fit very well here. Also, I will be getting rid of the Fairy Loot one once the Owl Crate second book comes out, because I don't need two of the same book, even though it was 5 stars and I highly recommend and I really loved it. But I'm also needing to build up my Elizabeth Peters collection again because it's like 17 books. So I need a lot of room for it. So anyways, adult fantasy shelf number 2. There's nothing up there. Well, there's stuff up there, but no books. Here is the special edition shelf number 2. As you can see, there are books missing. One of them got donated. Well, not donated, but I didn't like it, so it's no longer living on our shelf. I'm reading one right now, and then the 2 other ones are on my TBR for August. So that's where those are. And then there's room to grow. We can talk about it. So I have read One for My Enemy. I have not yet read Atlas 6, but I really need to. And then here we have my Masters of Death Shrine. It is my favorite book. I will let you know that right now. The only special editions I don't have are the Fairy Loot special edition, and then I don't have the indie copy of it. And then of course now there's a paperback, which I have to get. That releases actually tomorrow. So if you're watching this now, you know when I filmed this. But yep, there's that. Moving down. This is my adult fantasy paperback shelf number 1. Not much to say here. Room to grow. I seem to get a lot more adult fantasy in paperback than I do hardcover for some reason. So there's that. Okay. And then here is shelf number 2 for adult fantasy paperback. I also call this shelf the shelf that scares me. Because there's a lot of books on the shelf that scare me for different reasons. 5th Season, American Gods, Mistborn, Shadow of the Gods, and Priory. All of those scare the shit out of me. So, yay! And then finally we have my adult fantasy hardcover. So as you can see, there's not a lot here. Now we have my YA shelf, but up top we have a few classics. We have The Inferno, Enemy of the People. I have a Barnes & Noble nonfiction. It is The Art Thief. It just looked really cool. I didn't want to put it with all my other nonfiction, so I just stuck it up there because it just looked really cool, and it's bats. And it fit with my Edgar Allan Poe books, and then Frankenstein. So it's really cool. Then down from there we have my YA special editions. Right here goes one that is on my August TBR. Moving down, we have my feature shelf. I have my F.T. Lukens. Where's my finger? There it is. My F.T. Lukens special editions. And then I have my Margaret Rogerson shrine. So I call it shrine, but it's not that creepy, I swear. If you saw me do my shelves and you were paying attention, you would see that I used to have paperback of Enchantment of Ravens, and now I have a hardcover. Also, I just noticed, what are these doing here? Don't. My cats are menaces to society. Here we have my YA paperbacks. Not much to say here. Okay. As you can see, there's one here that kind of, one of these things is not like the others. I'm looking at you, Binding 13. Like, I just didn't know where else to put it. Because everything else is fantasy. I don't have any, I do have YA contemporary, but it's like shoved behind other books. You'll see. But I wanted to remember that I had it. So, because out of sight, out of mind in this house. And then down here we have the absolute worst shelf in the world. My YA hardcover. And yeah, there's not much to say here about that. And then we have a blank shelf. An empty shelf, as some would say. A blank shelf. Because basically these two shelves are going to shift down when I need more room for special editions. Because I am still subscribed to a YA subscription box for now. Now we have my nonfiction shelves, which are roughly in chronological order. So we have the Sumerians, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, the Renaissance, medieval, and then Marie Antoinette. And then down here we have Civil War, Jack the Ripper, World War I, World War II. And then we have some really big books that didn't fit anywhere else. And then I have a poetry book. I have a writing book, an art book. Now we come to the new shelf, which I want to spray paint at some point, but up top we have my For the Love of the Game. It looks really sad right now, and I know this, and we love her for it. Homest ever. I do have the special editions coming from Rainbow Crate, so it'll look better in the future. Just right now, she looks a little sparse, and that's okay. It's okay. Moving down, we have my historical romance. Not much to say here. I will say this, if you don't mind clean romance, like no smut, I highly recommend the Dread Penny Society series by Sarah M. Eden. It's so good. I highly recommend that. So, also there is a book missing because it is on my TBR for August. So moving on. Here we have my, oops, God, camera work is stunning. Here we have my paranormal romance shelf. This book has sprayed edges, so I'm like, well, I always show my sprayed edges. Hell yeah, I do. But like, it looks kind of silly with just like one book facing out sprayed edges, so I kind of want to just like turn it. It's Beautiful Villain, by the way, by Rebecca Kinney. I'm so excited to read it, but like, I feel so stupid having it like that, but I don't know, maybe I'm hoping to get more pretty paperback sprayed edges to go on the shelf. I don't know. We'll see. I know what it is, so I guess that's all that matters. And then down here we have my dark romance. So, cool beans. Yeah, I still say cool beans. I'm 87 years old. Leave me alone. Okay, so I guess I can show you my book cart. Sorry, I was getting up off the floor. I told you I was 87 years old. So here we have my snacks. No, not the Temptations. Those are my kitten snacks. But my snacks and my kitten snacks. My annotation supplies. The current book I'm reading. And my reading planner. And then down here, sneak peek, my TBR. And then down here is my shame. This is my, it's my finisher pile. These are all the books I started and have not finished. So that's fun. And then here we have another shame for me, which is my historical fiction books. they scare me. Except for Jackdaws, I've read already, as you can clearly tell. It was also my grandmother's copy, so we both read it quite extensively. Everything else scares me, well, except for A Song of Achilles. I've read that as well already, so. But everything else is pretty intimidating to me. I don't know why. As a historian, you would think that it wouldn't be, but it is. And then back here, I have some more books. Most of them I've read. A few of them I haven't. They're YA contemporary. I do forget sometimes that I have them. And then there's Tomorrow, which I have not read yet. So yeah, that's it. Honestly, could you just die? Oh my God, stop it. My baby, my son. Thank you so much for listening to me yap and looking at my books with me, and that's that on that, I guess. If you have any questions about anything in particular, I don't know why you would, but if you do, well, let me know, and I will be happy to answer them. Next week, I will be uploading my TBR, how I do my TBR video, so look out for that. It is unnecessarily complicated and convoluted and unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun and you might enjoy it. So if you like unnecessary TBR videos, how-to videos, you'll like that one. And then after that, I'll actually do my TBR. So a lot to look forward to. And thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye. I haven't found an outro yet. Okay. Later, losers.
In the clouds, but feet on the ground, hoping you'll find me.